Welcome to Wonderslate. Subscribe to our Telegram channel given in the description to updates and study materials. Topic for today's quiz is Transport in Plants. Question number 1. If a cell A with dPd equals 5 bars is connected to cells B, C and D, whose op and Tp are respectively 5 bars and 5 bars, 10 bars and 4 bars, and 8 bars and 3 bars, the flow of water will be from _ Option A, C to A, B and D. Option B, A and D to B and C. Option C, A to B, C and D. Option D, B to A, C and D. The correct answer is Option D, B to A, C and D. The amount by which diffusion pressure of a solution is lower than its pure solvent is known as diffusion pressure deficit, or dPd. Pure solvent has no diffusion pressure deficit and therefore its dPd is 0. And solvent from here will move to a region of high dPd. Therefore movement will always be from a region of lower dPd to a region of higher dPd. dPds of B, C and D are as follows. B, 5 to 5 equals 0 bar. C, 10 to 4 equals 6 bars. D, 8 to 3 equals 5 bars. B having the least amount of dPd of just 0 bar, water will flow from B to A. C and D having a lower dPd of 5 bars, compared to C, which has a dPd of 6 bars, water will flow from A and D to C also. Question number 2. Specific ions are acquired by root hairs against the osmosis concentration gradient by _ Option A, simple diffusion. Option B, osmosis. Option C, active transport. Option D, facilitated diffusion. The correct answer is Option C, active transport. Specific ions are acquired by root hairs by the active transport process. In this, the movement of a substance across a cell membrane occurs against its concentration or electrochemical gradient with the expense of energy. Question number 3. Identify the correct statements related to the uptake of mineral ions. A. The membrane proteins pump ions from soil into the cytoplasm of epidermal cells. B. Transport proteins of endodermal cells act as control points, which adjust the quantity and type of solutes reaching the xylem. C. Root endoderm, due to its subarachnoid layer, cannot transport ions. Option A and B. Option B, B and C. Option C, A and C. Option D, A, B and C. The correct answer is Option A and B. Root endodermis, because of the layer of subarachnoid, is impermeable to ions passively. Therefore, ions are actively transported into the root epidermal cells by different membrane pumps, but once taken in, the ions are trapped and cannot leave the cells, thus ensuring that the ions are transported unidirectionally. Question number 4. Assertion: the phloem sap moves towards the sink. Reason: the process of loading at the source produces a hypotonic condition in the phloem. Option A. Both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Option B. Both A and R are true but R is not the explanation of A. Option C. A is true but R is false. Option D. Both A and R are false. The correct answer is Option C. A is true but R is false. Vain loading of the phloem at the source causes the source to become hypotonic. Thus water flows in and raises the hydrostatic pressure. This pressure helps in translocation towards the sink. Question number 5. During the night, K+ and Cl- ions move passively out of the guard cells. This results in Option A. Water potential of guard cells increases. Option B. Closure of stomata. Option C. Both A and B. Option D. pH of the guard cells increases. The correct answer is option C. Both A and B. In the absence of light, the K plus and Cl minus ions move out of the guard cells, due to which the water potential of guard cell increases and water move out, leading to closure of stomata. Question number 6. What characteristic is shared by simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion? Option A. Both require cellular energy for the transport of substances. Option B. Both involve the movement of water across a semi-permeable membrane. Option C. Both require a special carrier molecule to move substances across the membrane. Option D. Both involve the movement of a substance from regions of a higher concentration to lower concentration without cellular energy. The correct answer is option D. Both involve the movement of a substance from regions of a higher concentration to lower concentration without cellular energy. Diffusion is the movement of molecules from the higher to a lower concentration. Facilitated diffusion is a type of diffusion in which substances move through the cell membrane, with the help of carrier proteins, along the concentration gradient. These substances are insoluble in lipids, hence need the help of a proteinaceous carrier molecule. Question number 7. Majority of the minerals are absorbed by active absorption because Option A. Minerals are present in the form of ions in the soil. Option B. The concentration of minerals is more in the root than soil. Option C. Charged particles cannot move across cell membranes. Option D. All of these. The correct answer is option D. All of these. All minerals cannot be absorbed passively. Minerals are usually present as charged ions, and the concentration of minerals is more in the root than in soil. Hence, to cross the membranes they require energy in the form of ATP. Question number 8. Bulk flow is achieved due to positive hydrostatic pressure gradient and negative hydrostatic pressure gradient in respectively. Option A. Xylem and phloem. Option B. Phloem and xylem. Option C. Root xylem and leaf xylem. Option D. Leaf phloem and root phloem. The correct answer is option B. Phloem and xylem. Bulk flow occurs due to positive hydrostatic pressure gradient in phloem, and organic solutes are pushed. In xylem, water along with inorganic solutes are pulled by the negative hydrostatic pressure gradient created by the transpirational loss of water from the leaves. Question number 9. Both apoplast pathway and symplast pathway occurs according to the water potential gradient. Option A. True. Option B. False. The correct answer is option A. True. The movement of water in the root layers is from higher water potential to lower water potential, whether it is through the apoplast pathway or the symplast pathway. Question number 10. From the image below, determine the cell which is plasmalized, the cell that is under normal condition, and the turgid cell. Option A. A turgid, B plasmalized, C normal cell. Option B. A plasmalized, B turgid, C normal cell. Option C. A plasmalized, B normal cell, C turgid. Option D. A normal cell, B turgid, C plasmalized. The correct answer is option C. A plasmalized, B normal cell, C turgid. A plasmalized cell has a shrunken protoplasm due to excessive water loss, and the turgid cell has the cell wall pushed to the maximum due to the pressure from the increased protoplasm. This increase in protoplasm occurs due to the uptake of water from the surroundings. Question number 11. Assertion A. Much of the nitrogen and small amounts of phosphorus and sulfur are carried in the organic form through xylem. Reason R. Xylem transports only inorganic nutrients and phloem transports only organic nutrients. Option A. Both A and R are true and R explains A. Option B. Both A and R are true and R does not explain A. Option C. A is true and R is false. Option D. Both A and R are false. The correct answer is option C. A is true and R is false. Much of the nitrogen and small amounts of phosphorus and sulfur are transported as amino acids and other related organic and inorganic compounds in the plant system. Organic compounds and solutes are transported through the phloem. However, xylem sap analysis do reveal the presence of trace amounts of sugars, many amino acids and other organic compounds, especially compounds of nitrogen, phosphorus and sulfur are absorbed and transported through the xylem. The relative concentration of organic molecules in the xylem to that in the phloem is nevertheless very little. Question number 12. Different substances synthesized in the plant body get transported to their sites of requirement by _. Option A. Diffusion. Option B. Cytoplasmic streaming. Option C. Active transport and mass flow. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is option D. All of the above. Over small distances, substances move by diffusion and cytoplasmic streaming supplemented by active transport. Long-distance transport occurs through the vascular system by mass flow. Question number 13. A sugar solution has a lower water potential than distilled water. Option A. True. Option B. False. The correct answer is option A. True. 100% pure water has a water potential of 0. Adding the solute to the water decreases the water potential. In other words, water potential of a solution will be less than 0 or negative. Question number 14. Identify the incorrect statement related to facilitated diffusion. Option A. Substances are transported without the use of ATP. Option B. Cause net transport of molecules from low to high concentration. Option C. Transport rate reaches saturation. Option D. Very specific and selective to substances. The correct answer is option B. Cause net transport of molecules from low to high concentration. In facilitated diffusion, a carrier protein molecule moves a specific substance through the membrane along its concentration gradient. Since the movement is from a higher to a lower concentration, ATP is not used. When all the carrier molecules are being used, it is said to be saturated. Facilitated diffusion cannot cause net transport of molecules from a low to a high concentration. This would require an input of energy, which is a characteristic of active transport. Question number 15. Some of the nitrogen travels as inorganic ions, but the bulk of it is carried in the organic form as amino acids and related compounds. Option A. True. Option B. False. The correct answer is option A. True. Xylem sap analysis reveals that nitrogen is primarily transported as amino acids and related compounds in an organic form, and very little is transported in its inorganic form as nitrates or minerals. Therefore, xylem also contains organic solutes and other compounds. Question number 16. The pressure developed in the root xylem due to entry of water followed by the active transportation of mineral ions is called. Option A. Osmotic pressure. Option B. Root pressure. Option C. Turgor pressure. Option D. Wall pressure. The correct answer is option B. Root pressure. As various ions from the soil are actively transported into the vascular tissues of the roots, water follows its potential gradient and increases the pressure inside the xylem. This positive pressure is called root pressure. Question number 17. The two main components that determine water potential are option A. Solute potential. Option B. Pressure potential. Option C. Both A and B. Option D. Suction pressure. The correct answer is option C. Both A and B. Water potential is the sum of both solute potential and pressure potential. This can be represented as psi W equals psi S plus psi P. Question number 18. Energy required for the movement of a smaller molecule is less when compared to a larger molecule. Option A. True. Option B. False. The correct answer is option A. True. Cell system has an optimum temperature maintained for its metabolic activity. This temperature can facilitate optimal kinetic energy for movement of molecules. Thus, in a minimal heat energy, smaller molecules can diffuse faster than larger molecules as they require more energy and rate of diffusion becomes slow. Question number 19. Mineral ions diffuse out of the xylem vessels at the fine vein ending and are passively taken up by the cells. Option A. True. Option B. False. The correct answer is option B. False. Mineral ions are diffused out of the xylem vessels at the vein endings. But these mineral ions do not enter the cells passively, instead are actively absorbed by the surrounding cells. Passive transport is through facilitates diffusion that does not require energy, and active transport uses ATP or other energy sources for uptak. Question number 20. Major components of phloem sap are _ Option A. Water and sucrose. Option B. Sugars and hormones. Option C. Sucrose and amino acids. Option D. Minerals and sugars. The correct answer is option A. Water and sucrose. Phloem sap mainly consists of water and sucrose, but other sugars, hormones and amino acids are also present. Thank you for watching the video. If you'd like practice this quiz, then download the Wonderslate app now. Link in the description below. If you have any suggestion for us, feel free to leave comments. If you liked the video and want to see more of it, hit the thumbs up and don't forget to click on subscribe button to get more updates of the future videos.